Oh, so this is my next video right here. So I'm meaning to tell y'all about my experience. I went to Sweet Express. I went to Sweet Express last week. I got out there last week on a Monday. Yeah, last week Monday. Was it this week? Yeah, it was last week Monday. Last week Monday, I ended up going out there. You know, the little trucking company out in Chicago was like a scam or whatever. After they ripped me off for like a $300 check, so I ended up going to Sweet Express out there. Um, I'm thinking, because the last video I told y'all about, they accept SAP drivers or whatever. I'm thinking it was gonna be a good look for me and all. Shit, my bad. Yeah, so I ended up going to the job out there in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where they based out of. At first, they wasn't trying to mess with me because they were like, "Oh, you from the West Coast? We not hiring no drivers from the West Coast." And then I was like, what about the lease purchase? I was just trying to get on, I just was selling myself. That's one thing my grandma always told me when you're trying to get a job, sell yourself so you can try to get in the door. So I was like, hey, can I do the lease purchase? And it was like, yeah, we'll bring you on for that. And we accept SAP drivers or whatever. Um, so yeah, long story short, I ended up taking a bus over there, from Chicago. Took a bus over, 3 hour bus ride or whatever. Soon as I got there, I called, shuttle guy picked me up. And as soon as I got inside the bus, as soon as I got inside the van, the shuttle guy was like, hey, you better go take your drug test and you better go do your physical right now. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I need to pee anyway. It's kind of hard peeing in front of somebody when you don't need to use the damn bathroom. I'm not used to watching somebody look at my dick and balls while I pee anyway. Um, yeah, so I ended up going there, whatever, knocked that out. Next day, it was orientation. So I already had the drug test and the physical out the way. Shout out to them for the free physical. So I didn't read none of the email or anything like that. From what I heard was as long as you're able to pass your physical, your road test, and you pass your drug test, you're good to go. I know how to drive a manual truck, so I'm not worried about it. So like, I'm in orientation, like the whole class ended up leaving. It was only like 2, 3 dudes left. 2 or 3 other people in there. Me and some other dude was in there. We did our drug test and physical as soon as the day that we arrived. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. When you go there, they expect for you to do the pre-trip like you're back in trucking school or like you back at the DMV. I got my CDLs like 4.5 years ago at the DMV. So when you do your pre-trip, they want you to pop the hood. They want you to name everything from top to bottom like you're back in school. I did not read that part on the email. I didn't read none of that. I was just glancing out. I just glanced at it, and just I was like bullshitting, I guess. I wasn't paying attention to detail. Um, so like the first time when I did the whole little pre-trip, I didn't remember a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when I do a pre-trip now, when I'm on the road, I hop out the truck, I check tires, I make sure the lights is working, I make sure my mud flaps, I make sure the glide hands is connected to the trailer, ain't nothing ripped up, the tires are in good shape all around the truck, everything look good. All right, I'm out. I'm not about to pop the hood. I pop the hood like when I'm doing my 34, I'll pop the hood and check the fluid levels or whatever, make sure I got coolant in there. But every day, I'm not naming off every part going all through there like I'm at the DMV or I'm in school all over again. So, and that's what they expect. So the first day I'm there, we had the road guy, his name Carlos. He's at Sweet Express. He a bitch. I'm telling you, if you go there and you end up having to have him as your instructor, if you ain't like all happy go lucky or like a friendly guy, if you're not like a friendly guy and you're like stern like me and you like, you're held off, you're not gonna get along with him at all. And so I'm doing my pre-trip, I'm like missing a lot of stuff. I didn't really care personally. I didn't think that mattered. I think that all that mattered was I thought what all that mattered was as long as I'm able to drive, I'm able to shift through the gears. I'm not dragging a clutch or letting the truck shut off while I'm driving or nothing like that. I'm good to go. So I just skipped her. I just like, that's it. That's all I'm able to name off. I can't remember nothing. Let's hop in the truck. Let's go. They expect for you to do the pre-trip and an in-cab inspection. You know, as soon as you get inside the truck, roll up. Oh, the seatbelt's not cut. No rips, no tears. It clicks in. They want you to name everything inside the in-cab. They even want you to do the tug test. You know, check the trailer brakes, the tractor brakes, you know, push in each knob at a time or whatever. They want you to do all that. I didn't do none of that. I said, all right, let's go. And we drove around the block. I did good. We get back to the orientation. He's like, you failed. We're sending you home. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? I drove good or whatever. I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker must have something against me or something. So I'm like, damn, I just came all the way out here. I'm from the West Coast. You know, I got to figure out my way back. And then the little white, skinny, bald head lady in there, she's like, oh, we're going to find you a plane ticket back home. So I'm like frustrated. I'm pissed off. You know, I end up going outside. Like a few hours later, I get a call from the office. They like, hey, we're going to give you a retest. We're going to let you try it again. So when I get back to the hotel, I'm up here just watching videos, just trying to refresh my mind, trying to refresh my memory on how it go, how to do the pre-trip and shit, and do the in-cab and all that. So I'm like, all right, got it down. My driving was cool. There was no complaints on that. He didn't say nothing about my driving. He just said, as far as the pre-trip, I didn't name off a lot of stuff. He gonna ask me, where's the turbo at? I'm like, the turbo? I don't know nothing about no damn turbo under the hood. They got us driving a Kenworth, a little 10-speed Kenworth or whatever. So fast forward, second day, I got my second chance to do the pre-trip and do the road test all over again. Soon as I got there, right? So I got it all written down. I got it all down in my head, right? So I'm going inside the truck. I'm naming off parts, naming everything off, right? And then this what kind of got me hot. As soon as we get down to the side of the trailer, and I'm near where the tandems are, he gonna ask me, do you know how to slide the tandems? I was like, yeah. He said, how do you do it? And at that point right there, when he said, how do you do it? And I'm like, motherfucker, you think I don't know how to drive? You think just because I've been driving for 4.5 years, that you think I just got my license 4 years ago and I ain't been driving? Like, to me, that felt like a shot. To me, felt like he was trying to be disrespectful. So shit, I ain't gonna lie. I was being, I ain't gonna lie. I said, this what you do. You bend your short ass down here. You reach out your little T-Rex arms and you pull this little knob right here. When you pull this knob, the levers of the tandems are going to go in. And then you're going to walk your little legs all the way to the truck. You're going to open up the door. I was being sarcastic as hell to him, And then, he going to ask me, before that, he asked me, can the fifth wheel slide? And I was like, yeah. What are you, stupid? I said it just like that. Just like that. And I was already like going on him because I felt like he was like questioning me, like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Or because like he asked us initially in the beginning, he asks you, have you ever gotten in an accident? Everybody in the classroom said, yeah, I got in an accident. I hit this person. I backed into this person. I'm from California, so we can only drive 55 miles an hour. So what's the odds of me really getting into a head-on collision or hitting somebody? Like I probably could back into somebody. That's possible. But I went to a trucking school. It's different than going to one of these stupid schools, like going to a Prime Inc. or going to a CRST to get your license, or a Swift. It's different because I had to go to a trucking school and then I had to go to the DMV. I didn't get my license at the trucking school. I got my license at the DMV, and I took the test like 10 times. Took the test like 10 times and I failed like 10 times. And this was like 4.5 years ago. So it's like, I know what the hell I'm doing. I got my CDLs in the manual truck, 10 speed. So it's like, I know what I'm doing when it comes to driving. It felt like he was like asking like dumb questions to see if I didn't know what I was doing or not. You know, but the nigga name is Carlos, man. So he failed me for the second time. You know, he gonna ask me while we were driving, how often do you look in your mirrors? I said, I look in my mirrors every 5 seconds. You know? He's gonna write on a paperwork that I said 6 seconds. How the hell does 5 sound like 6? 5 don't sound like 6. You know? So when we get back to the little office or whatever, he has this little paperwork that he does the little road test with. He didn't say shit about me, my driving skills. He didn't say I couldn't drive. He couldn't say that I couldn't get through the gears, backing up, doing everything. I did everything perfect. No problem. But what he did was, because I was talking shit to him, and you know what I'm saying, and being arrogant or whatever, he failed me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting y'all know, when y'all do go there, be prepared to do that pre-trip shit. And don't feel bad. There's a lot of motherfuckers that have been driving for like longer than me. Way longer than me. And they failed the road test because, oh, and then another thing, he gonna say I wasn't looking in my mirrors like that. I'm like, man, shut up. If I'm sitting there driving and I'm just looking that way and looking that way, what, am I supposed to look in my mirrors to let you know, hey, I'm looking in my mirrors? And then as we're driving, he's gonna say, you didn't see that train? I said, if there was, I looked at him from the corner of my eye. I was like, motherfucker, if there was a train coming, the lights would have been flashing. The little guardrails would have went down. I would have stopped. There was no train in sight. We go over the railroad tracks. He gonna ask me, you didn't see that train? And I was like, what? Man, by then I just went off on his ass. I went off on his ass. I ain't even gonna lie. I went off on his ass. He had his little partner in the back of the truck, his little boyfriend or whatever, his little personal dick suck. I don't know. But from that point on, he like, I was livid. I was pissed off. I wanted to hurt this little dude. Like, really, I wanted to ball his ass up and throw him somewhere. Like, real shit. I can't say he was racist or nothing like that. I think I remind him of somebody that used to smack him around in high school or some shit. I don't know. But he tries to come off like he's the alpha. But yeah, you just don't even know. You ain't from where I'm from. Like, yeah. But yeah, that was my little experience. So I'm over there at Sweet Express or whatever. They end up sending me home. They say, hey, we're gonna send you home, right? I'm like, all right. And this is when I was talking to like the manager, because after you do your little road test, you go back inside orientation, and then the little manager guy calls you in with the little road test results or whatever. He gonna ask me, well, you didn't know where the turbo was. What if you break down on the side of the road and you have a leak somewhere and you don't know what it is? I say, hey, if I break down on the side of the road, it doesn't matter what I say, because if I break down on the side of the road, guess what? You guys are gonna call the tow truck. The tow truck is gonna take me to the mechanic shop. The mechanics are going to fix the truck. So it don't even matter what I say. You know, it don't matter. It don't mean nothing. I'm not a fucking mechanic. I can't name every fucking part. I don't know. I didn't know where the hell the turbo was under the hood. I never even heard of that before. Man, he going to say, oh, and then what happened was the little punk bitch made fucking Carlos going to say that I passed up 2 red lights. Lying little motherfucker, blood, because I was talking so much shit about his ass. He gonna lie and just make up shit. When I said 5, he gonna say 6. Oh, he just sped over the railroad tracks. Was I supposed to slow down and open the doors like I'm a fucking bus driver? They expect you to slow down and look. He gonna say a lot of time trains will fly by without no flashing. That's bullshit. I never seen that shit before. Every time you see a railroad track, they have the lights up there that will flash to let you know if a train's coming. There was no train in sight. And that's what pissed me off and made me just go off on his ass. You know, so they told me, hey, we're going to send you home. I said, hey, you ain't sending me home. I'm going home. It's a big difference. I don't need no money from you. I don't need no flight back home. None of that. I said, hey, let me just get that shuttle bus. Drop me off at Greyhound. So, yeah, man, these niggas dropped me off at Greyhound. I didn't know where the hell I was going to go. I was going to end up going to that job back to Chicago, back out there to Super Ego, but I heard nothing but bad reviews with them. Talking about they gotta wait 3 weeks. So I'm like, damn, I'm out here in Michigan. I'm just trying to find a job before I go home. I can't be going home with no job, you know? So I'm online searching or whatever. I went on Google, I typed in SAP drivers or whatever. Lord behold, I find a company that's like a 10 or 15-minute drive from Sweet Express, a little mom and pop trucking company that takes SAP drivers. You know, so I'm talking to her. This is Wednesday, you know, because I got there fucking Monday. I started my orientation on Tuesday. Felt my first drive on Tuesday, did it again on Wednesday. I'm talking to the lady online for the new job or whatever. I'm talking to her on my phone. Next thing later, excuse me, she sent me to go do the drug test for Thursday. So I'm like, damn, this is right down the street from not right down the street from Sweet Express, but this is like right in the same area, right? And they paying like, I'm getting 60 cents per mile. Sweet Express is only trying to offer me 52 cents. That's all they paying these drivers is 52 cents a mile. I'm like, damn, I ain't got paid like that in like 2-3 years. Like, this ain't 2020 no more. You got to raise that up, man. What am I going to do with 52 cents a mile? You know? So, I find this little company. They paying 60 cents a mile. I'm driving a 10-speed truck. Thursday roll around. I stayed out here in Michigan, right? So I end up getting me a little hotel near where I'm going to do the drug test at. I go over there. I do my drug test. The next day, Friday, I do my road test with them. Meet with everybody in the office or whatever like that. Knocked it out the damn ballpark. Knocked it out the ballpark. I didn't get no complaints about, he didn't say, hey, do the pre-trip. Hey, look under the hood. They didn't ask you none of that. They didn't ask me to do none of it. He just hopped in the truck, drove around, got on the freeway, got off. I'm doing my thing. No problems, no complaints. I get back. They assign me a truck. Boom. I'm in the truck right now as we speak. I ain't going to show you nothing because I ain't really got shit up in here. I left all my stuff at my brother's house in Tennessee. I got to go back, go get my dog, get the rest of my stuff. But I say that to say this, man. When one door closes, another one opens up, man. When one door closes, another one opens up. So keep your head up out there. You looking for a job, man? Hey, holla at Driveline. Driveline, it's a recruiter job out here on like the East Coast or whatever. I don't call it the Midwest or whatever. I don't know. But it's called Driveline. They do all 48 states. It's a recruiter. As long as you already completed step 5 in your SAP and you already did your return to duty, they will grab you and bring you on. Already had a job offer, but I wasn't going to leave this company right here that just picked me up out here in Michigan. The other Driveline, they're based out of Tennessee, but they can hire you in all 48 states. Even if you're from the West Coast, all you got to do is tell her, hey, I live out there on the East Coast, but I got a West Coast license. You know, I got a license based out of California. They will bring you on. They'll still bring you on. My license is based on the West Coast. They were still going to bring me on the other day, but I just started with this company on Monday after I did my drug test on Thursday, did the road test Friday. By Monday, I had my truck. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. So I just say that to say this, man. Keep your head up. There's plenty of SAP jobs out there. There's plenty of jobs that will mess with you. Me personally, I don't even consider myself a SAP driver just because I already did all that. I ain't talking to no SAP counselor. All I got to do is follow-ups. As soon as I do my follow-ups, we good. There's other SAP drivers that are here at this company as well, too. And I get to drive a 10-speed. Same thing they got at Sweet Express. I'm getting paid way more, you know, and I ain't got to worry about dealing with some punk-ass road tester. Yeah, I swear to God, I hope I don't see him again or run into him again while I'm out here in Michigan, because I promise you, whether if I'm at the truck stop, Walmart, I'm gonna smack his glasses off his head, man. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I want to share with y'all, man. Sweet Express is a cool company, but just be mindful. they trucks is kind of like, you know, they truck that they have you test in is kind of like all fucked up. You push in the clutch, you can't even go into gear. You got to pull it halfway out for you to even slide in the third or fourth gear. I didn't have no problems with it, but I realized, like, yeah, this truck is all messed up. A lot of the people that was in my class didn't even know how to fucking back up. Like, didn't even know how to, like, shaking a truck rattling. They couldn't even handle it. So they like, hey, we just gonna go drive an automatic. Oh, just let you know, they do got automatics there. So if you got restrictions on your license, you can go there. Even if you failed your drug test, you in the SAP, and you got restrictions on your license, you can go there. They got automatic trucks for you. They gonna say, oh, we're limited. They got trucks there. They just lying. And then they have an automatic instructor. They have like an automatic instructor and a manual instructor, the same dude or whatever like that. You can do your road test with them or whatever, or you could do it with the other one. But shit, my advice to you, if you go there, do not fuck with Carlos, man. If you're gonna be a little kiss ass, ha ha ha, smile and laugh and dance in his face, then you may be cool. But if you like me and you laid back and you just want to get the shit done, you know, it may be a problem for you, especially if you got a mouth like mine. Because as soon as somebody say something stupid, I'm gonna say something stupid back at them. But I'm gonna keep on doing it all over again. And then I'm gonna look you in your face and be like, what you gonna do? Because he came off like he was the alpha at first. But I love putting little boys in their fucking place, man. I love putting them in their place. So they be acting one way. And then when you look at them in the eye and you really with them by themselves, they be just a bunch of sheep. But yeah, F all that. Keep your head up. Keep on looking for them SAP jobs, man. If I find some more, I'm going to put some shit in. I'm going to make a video as far as like jobs I would take on SAP. CFI, Navajo, JB Hunt, they'll mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially CFI. If you out of the hiring range, just say that you got a license on the West Coast, but you live over here on the East Coast. And they'll sign you up. They'll sign you up. I'm just letting you know, just giving you a heads up, man. Peace.